what's up you guys? I am back for another video. This is the very first Ask Symone video. If you guys want me to answer any of your questions, you can email me at asksymone@gmail.com. This is going to be a new segment on my channel, so we're going to go ahead and get into these emails. Hey, I don't know if this is a random topic suggestion for your advice column, but I have a mentally abusive mother who was just mean and raw with her words, and just money grubbing and just growing up with her has caused me and my siblings to have trust issues and mad crazy anxiety. And I noticed you talk about your mom and what you go through with her and just your strength when you talk about her. You just seem so undefeated by her, like I can't talk about the things she puts me through without crying. Halfway through, ha ha ha. Like mom is a handful. I love her and all, but please, could I have advice on how to not let such an important figure in your life ruin your self-esteem, or basically not ruin you and the confidence you build in yourself by putting you down and stuff? How do I block her out? Just a suggestion, please do consider it. Kind regards, Storm. This is a really touchy topic, and it really does take time. A lot of my drama really started when my middle sister left at the age of 9. I was just in the home with my mom and my baby sister, so a lot of backlash and whatnot happened because my middle sister left, and my middle sister left because of the reason why all three of us left, because my mom is fucking crazy. It really helped me. At the age of 17, only friend I had was really my first love. So talking to him really did help me. I did a lot of crying, I did a lot of praying, and you know, I've literally been praying for my mom ever since I could really remember. And sometimes God purposely hardens someone's heart. If you do believe in God, or if you do believe in a higher power, sometimes God or the higher power, or whatever the case may be, hardens a certain person's heart to specifically, you know, make it seem like, okay, this person is going to be your obstacle. How are you going to be able to overcome that? A lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, and a lot of distancing myself from her. When I moved out when I was 17, I will link that video up in the top if you guys want to see how I got kicked out or moved out, or whatever the case may be. I distanced myself from my mom. After I was 17, I didn't talk to my mom until I was 19. And I didn't want to talk to my mom because she was a negative person, and I felt that, you know, okay, I couldn't really talk to my mom no matter how many times I would sit down and try to have a conversation with her as an adult. She would always do this thing that really played on me, because I love my mom to death. Like, I would do for my mom regardless, but she knew how to play on my emotions, and she knew how to select the victim card or select the pity card and put on this po face, and that really fucking bugged the shit out of me because I didn't know how to combat that. But now that I'm older, I literally had to distance myself from my mom. And a lot of people might not agree with that. Oh, that's your mom, you should do that, you should always be there for your mom, and blah 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 this. But when I was in Bible study, like literally this week, Wednesday, and I'm glad I went, I got a bit of a confirmation. I got a bit of a confirmation from God, and it basically was saying 2016 was literally one of the most dramatic and hardest years that I felt in my life at the time. And I went through a lot of bullshit. I went through a lot of craziness. I went through so much with my mom. I got to a point in my life where I got tired of the negativity. I got tired of the drama, and I got tired of it all. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there are not a lot of things that are exciting that happens in my life. So when I do have something that's a little bit of drama filled, I run and I tell y'all. Like, that's most of my story times. Like, I run and tell y'all some exciting, dramatic shit that happened to me, because not a lot of shit happens in my life. But I'm about to be 25 in April this year, 2017. I'm about to be 25. And I got to a point in my life where I don't want the drama. I don't want the fucking negativity. Having my mom in my life is just one of the stepping stones that I had to remove. sometimes you have to love a person from the distance. If you're still in the house with your mom and you're not able to move anywhere, what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to be the adult in the situation. And it's really sad that a child has to be the adult in a situation and they aren't allowed to really be a child because their parent doesn't know or doesn't have the know-how to be mature in a certain situation. Parents think that just because they're parents and just because they are adults, a lot of the things that they do is acceptable, and it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable at all. You know, children are human beings just like they are, and what parents rarely understand is that you got to a place because God put you there, and God can very well easily tear you down and humble you. A lot of parents are not humble. A lot of parents have a lot of pride, and they will not admit when they're wrong because they feel like they're supposed to be parents, so they feel like everything they do and they say is justified. So my tip to you, sweetheart, is block out your mom regardless. I know, because my mom is very hard to deal with. She's very hard to deal with. She can make she can make Buddha snap, okay? She can make Gandhi snap, okay? She can make the Pope curse. My mom is literally impossible. And the only one that's going to be able to help her is God. So my tip to you is to pray for her constantly. And another thing, say a prayer in your head. I noticed that when I was ever dealing with negative energy, or whenever I knew that I was going to be dealing with my mom, I would pray before, and I would say, Lord, thank you for my peace. Thank you for me not getting angry. Please, I bind any spirit or any negativity that's going to happen. I bind it in the name of Jesus, and that would really help me get through. If you're not able to get away from your mom, if you're not able to go off with your friends or, do this or do that, I encourage you to meditate within yourself, and I encourage you to be better than that. Be better than that, than to just allow her to dictate what's going to come out your mouth. The next email is, she wants to remain anonymous. I need advice. So there's this guy, I would like to keep his and my name confidential. He lives right across from me, and we have only talked once. He's nice looking, and we are the same age. I was thinking about talking to him, but I really don't know what to do. I found out we are mutual friends, and I was going to act on that, but I don't want to use my friends to get close to him. I don't mind if he doesn't turn into anything, but I think about him a lot. What are your thoughts on this situation? Any tips to try? Thank you. What would Symone do? Hype myself up a little bit. Sometimes I have to have a little liquid courage to actually talk to a guy, get a little loose, and like, you're very handsome. I slide into DMs. I really do. I slide into DMs. So maybe that might be an option for you if you do find him on Instagram or whatever the case may be. If you can find him on Instagram or Facebook, slide up in them DMs, girl. Be like, I think you're really handsome, and then see where it goes. If you're not confident enough to approach him face to face, then I would say slide up in the DMs and be like, you're really handsome, or comment on his pictures, or like a lot of his pictures. But guys are stupid, so you might have to be actually direct with him. So if you're gonna do the direct approach, take some cookies, take them over, and be like, hey, I baked you some cookies. The best way, to be honest, is to actually start a casual conversation with someone. Go up to his door, knock on his door. I was wondering maybe if we could get to know each other a little bit better. I could probably take you out for coffee, or you can have some of these cookies that I baked. I just was really interested in, having conversation with you. That's just me personally how I would do it, but I don't approach guys first because I don't believe in that. I believe if he really wants you, he gonna talk to you first. But you know, that's probably why I'm single, because I don't talk to guys first. It is because I'm a woman. You know, I feel like the man should come to you. If he's really interested in you, he should come to talk to you. But guys are stupid. Guys are really, if you really can't get him out of your mind, if you really just have to talk, you know, just be very direct and straightforward. It's not, you know, it's not so much as an aggressive approach. If you're actually that confident enough to actually knock on his door and go to him, you know, I say go for it. But if not, slide in them DMs, girl. You know, ain't nothing wrong with sliding in the DMs after you got your glass of wine and be like, or you know, you can do the infamous to be honest. Girls be liking that stuff, but I don't be doing to be honest is for females. I do to be honest is for a guy, for a cute guy. And if a cute guy like the post, and I be like, to be honest, you're very handsome, and that's my way of sliding up in a DM. If I think somebody cute, I'll be like, to be honest, I think you're cute, or to be honest, I think you're really handsome, or to be honest, I'm glad you like this post because I was trying to get your attention, but you so stupid, you didn't realize that. Don't say that. Usually the conversation, it kind of takes off or it kind of flops, and they just be like, oh, thank you, and it'll say something else, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I've gotten rejected. I don't know how, but I get rejected a lot. This is guy that I've had a crush on for a whole goddamn year. He's my Instagram crush. This nigga act like he don't know what the fuck flirting is. Like, he don't know how to flirt, period, at all. 3, like I said, guys are just stupid. Guys are really just stupid. Like, we could like each other's pictures all goddamn day. We good for liking each other's goddamn pictures, but when you go take me out on a date, it ain't gonna happen. So, you know, sometimes, you know, it just don't, you know, sometimes they just don't fucking, they just don't get it. They don't fucking get it, girl. It's like, damn, I don't know how many times I slid up in this dude DM, and then on top of that, he fucking ignore the damn messages. He don't read the damn messages and then ignore, and then when I confront his ass about it, he be like, oh, I don't be paying attention. I know your ass don't damn be paying attention, because if you really did want to pay attention to me, then you would have paid attention to me. But I've been seeing on your Snapchat that you paying attention to some other girl. So guess what? You know, on to the next, girl. Slide up in his DMs. If you got enough courage to actually go right across the door, I will really do that, to be honest, because I mean, like, damn, I'd rather go. I wish that a cute guy lived right across the street from me. I bet I went over there with some cookies. Slide up in them DMs, girl. What you talking about? Go knock on his door and get him some Betty Crocker cookies, girl. Take them out for coffee, you know, take them out to Starbucks, do something fancy. That is it for this advice video. I hope you all liked it. But like I said, if you do want to get some advice and you want me to share my advice and opinion with you guys, please email me at asksymone@gmail.com. It is all lowercase. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.